ध्वनिर्वर्णापदम् वाक्यमित्यास्पदचतुष्टयम् यस्याः सूक्ष्मादिभेदे वाग्देवीं तामुपास्महे।
The Electronic Media Production and Research Center EMPRC of Madhya Pradesh Bhoj Open University presents its audio program series Art and Culture. Friends, now we are going to present audio lecture of Dr. Devangana Desai. The topic of her lecture is Architecture and Sculpture of Khajuraho Temples. This audio program is recorded, edited and presented by Amar Bahadur Yadav. In the first part of this lecture, Dr. Desai had discussed about the history, architecture and some sculpture of Khajuraho temples. Now, let's listen to the second part of audio lecture on architecture and sculpture of Khajuraho temples.
Now we take one important theme, the erotic figures at Khajuraho. Coming to erotic figures, Khajuraho is generally associated with erotic figures, and when I say I'm working on Khajuraho temples, people think I'm just working on erotic figures, but erotic figures are only 1/10 of Khajuraho sculptures. There are many other images, and as I mentioned these images, they are also quite important. But erotic sculpture also, let us see how the artist has portrayed them. They have shown them on various parts of the temple. They are on the doors of the temples, on the dwaras, and this is a tradition which we find in the Bruhat Samhita of the 6th century AD and temples of the Gupta period, Devgarh, Nachna and other places. They have Mithuna figures, couples carved on the doors. And as the Bruhat Samhita and the Agni Purana mention that these are for Mangala, for Shubha, they are for decorating, that is for Shobhayet, that is the word used, Shobha here with the meaning decoration, but also auspiciousness, Mangala, because they are associated with other motifs like creepers, ganas. The Mithunas are carved with that purpose. They are associated with Mangala. And they also are supposed to protect. They remove evil. So that is the idea. So the Khajuraho artists have shown erotic figures on the door gems of the temples. They have also shown them on the basement of the temples where there are various activities of human figures there. They have also shown them on the janga or the wall part of the temples, and some of the couples, the loving figures of the Devi Jagdamba and Chitragupta temple are very aesthetically carved, and also emotions are expressed, and they are just similar to some of the figures of, say, Bhubaneswar, Konarak and other places. But what distinguishes Khajuraho in its depiction of erotic figures is not just carving of these erotic figures at these various places, but the architects have also specifically shown them on the part of the wall of Janga, which is the buffer zone, the juncture wall, the Sandhi Kshetra, particularly on the temples, the Sandhara temples with inner Pradakshina. In these temples, if we draw the ground plan, the lines on the ground plan, we see the two equal squares overlapping on the part of the Janga, the juncture, which is a portion which can be taken from the side of the hall as well as from the side of the sanctum, as if in a pun or double meaning. So you can take it from both sides. And here on this juncture wall, they have expressed double meanings or language of puns also in the form of erotic figures. So, erotic figures, as they are shown on these, they are trying to say something much more than just being erotic. They are trying to convey some ideas which cannot be communicated in normal standard language. These are non communicable thoughts which the artist is trying to present through erotic figures. As in tantras, they use sandhya bhasha, which is intentional language or twilight language, where there are 2 or 3 meanings of a word. The outward meaning is erotic, but the tantra is trying to say something which is not erotic through erotic language. For instance, if they say that the yogi is embraced by a washerwoman, to us who do not understand the language of tantra, the sandhya bhasha, we would think it is erotic. But the tantra is trying to say that kundalini energy, which is an equivalent word for kundalini energy, is washerwoman or dombi. So that energy, dombi, has risen to the chakra, Vishuddha chakra of the neck. So the tantra is trying to say the yogi is embraced by dombi. That means the kundalini energy has risen to the chakra, Vishuddha chakra of the neck. So this is how the tantras use the language to say something which to us would sound erotic, but it is something beyond erotic that it is trying to say. Also, on the Sandhi juncture of the 2 temples, the Vishwanath temple and the Kandarya Mahadev, there are head down poses. Now, if you draw lines on these head down poses, and when I drew the lines, and when I was going through one of the texts and I saw the Kamakala Yantra, that those lines just reminded me of the Kamakala Yantra, which is given in the text called Shilpa Prakasha of Orissa, a text which was composed in 10th to 12th centuries. Now, in this text, it is said that a Kamakala Yantra should be placed on the temples of Shiva and Shakti or Devi to protect the monument. So, one of the functions of Kamakala Yantra is to protect the monument. But the text Shilpa Prakasha also specifically says that the yantra should not be exposed to the ordinary people, to the lay people. So, to cover the lines of the yantra, the artist should place Mithuna Murtis on it. So, the outsiders, when they see the Mithuna Murtis, they would be delighted by the sculptures, but only the initiated would know that there is a yantra lying beneath these Mithuna Murtis. So the erotic figures, the head down pose of Khajuraho seems to conceal a yantra, Kamakala yantra, which the main function was to protect the monument. The Mithuna Murtis also hide the yantra, and it may be for the delight of people, as the Shilpa text says. But over and above these functions, it also has some sort of a yogic philosophical meaning behind it, which was meant for the initiated. Maybe the meaning associated with Kundalini or some yogic stage of sadhana. So this is what the erotic sculptures could be for at Khajuraho. So one of the purposes of, the multiple functions which erotic figures are associated with at Khajuraho. But we must remember, as I said earlier, that erotic figures are only 1/10 of the Khajuraho sculptures. Even say on the Kandarya Mahadev temple, when Cunningham visited it in the 19th century, he counted on the exterior wall 646 figures, not just erotic figures, 646 figures consisting of the divinities, of the apsaras, and several vyalas and all that, counting 646 figures only on one temple on the outside wall. Whereas in the interior, there were 226 figures of divinities and others. So erotic figures is only just a part of it. So instead of concentrating on erotic figures, which are found in most of the temples of India built between AD 500 and 1300, we should also see the other important aspect of Khajuraho, because Khajuraho has much more to offer to the posterity by its message which it gives through its temples. And these temples, the sanctums, they are designed as yantras as I also mentioned earlier, 8 corners. There are Dikpalas there. Also, the Vyala figures are there. And everything, there is a, if you see the plan of the sanctum, you can see that it is just a yantra, a 3-dimensional yantra, which is designed by the architects of Khajuraho. Particularly in the Lakshmana temple, you can see it. In the Vishwanath temple and the Kandaraya Mahadev, these 3 temples, you can see this. And there are some unique images which are also placed in the temples. There is an image of Sadashiva. Now, Sadashiva is the manifest, unmanifest, Vyakta Vyakta aspect of Shiva. When he is Shiva in the highest reality is the Avyakta form, which has only the Linga can symbolize. But the other stage is this Sadashiva image, which the architect, the artists have shown at Khajuraho most uniquely with 4 feet, Chatushpada. Now, Chatushpada, the artists, as I said of earlier, the Khajuraho artists were fond of making use of puns and double meaning language. And here they have punned on the word pada. Pada means a foot, but pada also means a quarter of a text or a part of a text. And the Shaiva texts were divided into 4 parts, namely Yogapad, Gnanapad, Charyapad and Kriyapad. So these 4 padas. So by showing Sadashiva image with 4 feet, the artist or the artist priest is trying to convey the idea of Chatushpada of the Shaiva text, or the Chatushpadas which the aspirant has to follow, attain to Shivahood. So this is a very high concept which is implied in the Sadashiva image, and there are 2 Sadashiva images of Khajuraho. One is now in the museum and the other is in the Kandaraya Mahadev temple's hall. The other image which is of great significance is the image of Vishnu with one of his fingers held on his lip, as if trying to say, keep silence. Iconographists earlier called it Maunavrati Vishnu, but I reinterpret, and I think instead of Vishnu himself observing silence, instead of his observing Mauna, he is telling his devotees to have silence over the doctrines which are meant only for the initiated, for the Dikshita, to maintain silence over those doctrines and not to impart ultimate knowledge to the uninitiated or the undisciplined people. And in this context, it is interesting that the Lakshmana temple, the Vaikuntha temple, on its very important part of the wall, the western cardinal niche, has a panel showing Shvetadvipa devotees. Now, this is a very interesting story which is narrated in the Mahabharata, the Shanti Parva of the Mahabharata, and the chapter is called Shvetadvipa Varnanam and Pancharatra Mahatmya. Now, the Vaikuntha temple was associated with cult called Pancharatra Vaishnavism, Pancharatra of the Kashmir school, and this temple shows on its wall, cardinal niche, the Shvetadvipa devotees who are the Ekantin devotees, who are single-minded devotees of Vishnu Narayana, and they are shown very handsome figures, all men, not sensuous, not after any sensual delights, but only involved in devotion and bhakti, and they are shown all in this Anjali Mudra, and they are worshipping Vishnu Narayana. So that scene is there. Also, this temple, Lakshmana temple, has carved Vishnu Narayan in his yoga aspect, Yoga Narayana, with Kurma carved on his seat, which means the Kurma is represented, God, that is the second incarnation of Vishnu. Kurma is shown in this most unusual form, seated in Yoga Narayana position, and also similarly Matsya, also fish aspect of fish avatar of Vishnu, is shown in his Yoga Narayana position. So there are these some unique images of Khajuraho which we should look at. And other image which is very important at Khajuraho is the magnificent image of Chaturbuja Vishnu in the Chaturbuja temple in the southern zone of Khajuraho, where he is standing as Krishna Yogeshwara with a pustaka in hand and in Abhaya Mudra. It is not the Gnana Mudra, it is not Dakshinamurti Shiva, but it is Vishnu, and Vishnu is also shown on the lintel of this Chaturbuja temple. So identification of Vishnu, as even Ramashray Avasti, who has a good book on Khajuraho, Pratimaye, he has also identified this image as Vilakshana form of Vishnu. So this is also important. So apart from these images, what is also important to bear in mind is that the architects, the Sutradharas, who were guided by the Acharyas of the temples, have shown the temple as an ordered whole, as integrated temples, where the main image, which is in the sanctum, and the other images are also related to it. The Vishnu temple, the Lakshmana temple, the architect of this temple projects the temple as Vishwarupa. Vishwarupa is the universal, the cosmic form of Vishnu. That is what is projected through this temple, because you see Vishnu in the main sanctum, the Vaikuntha, which is lion and Varaha form, the most powerful image of Vaikuntha Vishnu, or with his emanations or his viewers and sub-viewers and the avatars around him, on the door also, in the main cardinal niches also, and also on the outer wall. So it is the Vishwarupa which reminds us of the Shamalaji's Vishwarupa, where God is emerged from one God, Vishnu, emerges several emanations of his aspects of Vishnu and other figures. It's a Vishwarupa. Similarly, the Varaha image, which is facing Lakshmana temple, is also shown as Vishwarupa, because there are 670 figures on this massive body of Varaha, 670 figures of Hindu pantheon, which are there. The 7 mother goddesses, Matrukas, Ganesha, Virabhadra, 11 Rudras, 12 Adityas, 12 forms of Vishnu. All these are shown on the Varaha with Saraswati on his muzzle. So it's a Vishwarupa which the artist has conveyed through the Varaha image. So these are the important things which we should look at Khajuraho. And the great Kandarya Mahadev temple is one of the grandest monuments, not only of Khajuraho but of India. And here you see, you feel the rhythm of the temple when you are visiting the site. And if you sit in the southwest corner in the twilight light, you can see the rhythm, and you can see its various shrungas. There are 85 on this temple, 84 urushringas, the turrets on the main spire, and they all are lit with light, and as if you can see the ascent and descent of the Shikhara, like the cosmic evolution and involution, or creation and dissolution, ascent and descent. That is how the temple has been projected. And the various images are also connected with the manifest aspects of the highest reality, Shiva Linga, Avyakta. All the manifestations have emerged. They are shown on various parts of the temple. Sadashiva also is there, unmanifest, manifest aspect. And the various lesser aspects of Shiva are also shown on the exterior wall of the temple. And on the outer wall, mother goddesses, Saptamatrikas, they are shown as if they are doing pradakshina of the temple. As the devotee goes around the temple, he comes across the 7th matrika first and the last matrika later. That means the matrikas themselves are doing pradakshina, and we all walk around, say, with the matrikas led by Virabhadra and Ganesh, and take the pradakshina of this temple, and we can feel the vibrations of this yantra-like temple, which is so well planned, so geometrically designed, mathematically calculated, each part of his shikhara and architectural parts. So that is what we can also feel the rhythm of this temple and come nearer to its vibrations and see that, attend this through its nama rupa, the name and form, the various images, the highest reality, the avyakta, which is there expressed in the Shiva Linga, in the Shiva which resides in the sanctum. of this temple. You want me to say the Sutradhara, or the architect of the Vaikuntha temple, has thus projected the temple as Vishwarupa of Vishnu. So temple is also like a Purusha, in Agni Purana, temple is conceived as Purusha with different parts of its architectural parts identified with the human body. And the Jiva, or the soul of the temple, is in the sanctum. So in the Lakshmana temple, it is the Vishnu Vaikuntha who is the Jiva of the temple, and the temple is filled with the vitality of Vishnu. It is Vishwarupa of Vishnu. And on the exterior wall of the temple, the architect has placed 9 figures on the Vedibandha row on the basement side. And in these niches, on the south side, Ganesh of course is identifiable. There is no problem about it. On the north side is Durga with 2 lions. On the western side is Surya. But there are other 6 niches which are there, Ratikas, where there are handsome divinities with jata standing with pustaka, book in hand. And these were not identified earlier. And I looked up several texts to find out whether they were Prajapatis, whether they were Chitra Shikhandi, Rishis, all sorts of, or Dikpalas also, all sorts of texts I went through. Some of them have their Vahanas also. And the Vahana frog, the cognizance frog, Dardura, helped me in identifying these figures as grahas, because frog is the cognizance of planet Shukra. Shukra in India, the planets are male divinities. Venus, unlike in the West, Shukra is a male divinity and his cognizance is frog in the text Aparajita Prucha and Rupa Mandana. But what actually helped me to identify was the Antariksha Pata. It's a round slab with in the center is Surya. Around it in 3 zones are the sculptured figures of the Rashis and the Grahas and others. And among the 9 Grahas, frog is the Vahana of Shukra. So when I saw this figure, this is also important that this is now in the Dubela Museum, which is near Khajuraho, and this slab was found from the Khajuraho region only. And when I saw the photograph of this, I was immediately convinced that these figures are the Grahas, because these are the collective divinities. So one figure, if you can identify, the others it becomes easy to identify, and the other figure has Hamsa as mount, which would help us to identify him with Bruhaspati or Guru, Jupiter. So this way the Grahas are identified. So what is further of significance is that the architect has shown these Grahas along with Ganesh and Durga as if they are encircling the temple. So it is sort of a Graha Mandala which is formed around the temple. And this reminds us of the imagery of Mount Meru, which is the center of the universe. And if you open the Sanskrit dictionary and look at the word Meru, you will find that Meru means a fabulous mountain around which the Grahas are revolving. So the architect of the Lakshmana temple, the Vaikuntha temple, has projected this temple as Mount Meru, the center of the universe. So the temple becomes the center of the universe here. So these are the great imageries which the Khajuraho architect is projecting. And if we look only at erotic figures, as you today also, if you visit Khajuraho, the guides will take you only to show erotic figures. But when you not so much concentrate on those figures, but look at these other figures which are there and see how the architect is projecting the imageries, the creative imageries, you can say that Khajuraho is shown as offering the temple as cosmos.
You were listening to the second part of audio lecture on architecture and sculpture of Khajuraho temples. This lecture was delivered by Dr. Devangana Desai. The announcer was Kaushal Sharma, and this program was recorded, edited and presented by Amar Bahadur Yadav. This audio program was produced and presented by Electronic Media Production and Research Center, EMPRC of Madhya Pradesh Bhoj Open University.